I'm not one to be the Cassandra. I'm not one who loves to bode ill. I know a lot of folks do that, especially in this here YouTube world where everything seems to be crashing down. And you have a number of these naysayers and people who are always portending doom. They're Vatic and Pythonic, reading in the entrails of the beast, these demented augurers. Well, I am not of that category, trust me. But if you don't see what's going on right now, and in in 7 years, it'll be time for Agenda 2030. Why did they pick that date? Random? The other one was Agenda 21. They have sustainability, these references. Why a particular date? We'll get to that. And what does this mean? And why does this augur doom? Why does this portend horrors? I'll tell you. And I want you to listen carefully, especially if you've never heard this before, because nobody's really explained this to you. But I will. But first, let me ask you to, if you could and you would, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. They're very important for the demographics and the vectors to allow us to be heard and to be suggested to other people. But it's also very important, very critical for you to hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And also, I want to say something great about our wonderful sponsor, mypillow.com. Use promo code Lionel, get a free gift. Have you ever gone through the veritable seemingly endless world of down blankets and mattress toppers and sleep systems and regular blankets and mattresses and sandals, the slippers, overstock sales, children's Bible story pillows, percale sheet sets, all season slippers? These are the killers. These they're selling at as low as $25 with a promo code. Usually $150. This is the closeout sale. It's simply incredible. So do yourself a favor. Go to the great people with the great supplies and the great products at mypillow.com. Use promo code Lionel, and you will receive a free gift and avail yourself of some incredible products from an incredible company. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, or mypillow.com/Lionel. Let's go back to what's happening right here. A couple of rules here. Years ago, when people started to first talk about this, there were folks that were perceived as being kind of nutty. Well, maybe not as nutty then as they are now, but people like Alex Jones and others. Oh my God, they're talking about these globalists. What are they talking about, globalists? And the UN. Come on, the UN's great. UNICEF, kids helping. We are the world. Kumbaya. Come on. Feed the children, right? Farm Aid and Live Aid. And what is the problem? Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about something which is a gradual and a specific and a deliberate takeover, a consolidation of the world. That's right, my Dollar Tree prop here. I love this. The takeover of the world. And rather than having individual countries with individual cultures and individual stories and individual languages and individual currencies and frames of reference in history and traditions, oh, no. We're going to get rid of everything. And the only way to get rid of everything and to consolidate it is to exert control. Now, you can do it a couple of different ways. You can try to go to each country, try your best to talk them into it, or you could have the internationalist shadow government that runs the world come in and use NGOs and use other kind of a non-official organizations like the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab and the UN and various directories of such. And the Bilderberg Group, they meet, CFR, trilaterals, the usual. It goes back to the Club of Rome. It just keep going and going. These groups that are even the Mises folks, the libertarian Milton Friedman economists, have the Mont Pelerin Society. They meet. Everybody meets. And what they do is they present something. They say, let's come up with this idea. And by the way, these are the same people who have tabletop simulations of pandemics that are really interesting and most timely. But we'll get to that later. Coincidence? I don't think so. But anyway, so lo and behold, we have these groups, and what they'll do is they'll say, we want to take a word, something that's rather innocuous, something that sounds good, like sustainability. Then to sustain, to maintain, not to waste, not to be a profligate, not to be greedy and horrible and negligent in the no. Let's be different. Let's be sustainable. Let's sustain, dear Lord. Let us sustain, shall we? Yes, yes. Sustain. And then we're going to do some other things too. In order to sustain, we're going to ask countries to sign on to this. And one thing we want to do is we have to do something to, in addition to sustaining, we want to stop the needless crime and the wanton violence in the world. So we'll come up with programs and ideas that deal with things like gun proliferation and gun and weapons and firearms use, and we'll have countries sign on to something. And what is going to happen, guaranteed, is that the United States will basically cede authority to these groups and will sign on to these, will be a signatory to these globalist, unified, worldwide, international programs where we will let the UN enforce our gun laws to make the world better for sustainability. And then we're going to get rid of misinformation. And the only way to get rid of misinformation, of course, as you can imagine, is to be able to monitor what's going on and to realize that, your ability to opine and to wax opinionated is not a guarantee. Oh, freedom of speech. I know that's kind of an expression, but no. It has to be something which is a little more important. So we're going to have to keep an eye on what you're saying. And in those extremely rare cases, we will have to eliminate your ability to speak or put you into some kind of a perhaps timeout because of sustainability and freedom and, that other stuff and love and all that shit. And then, of course, as more and more pandemics break out, and they will happen, sure as you can imagine, not to mention climate disasters and the like, we need to have a means by which we can have people account for their own commitment, to the collective understanding that we as individual citizens in the world must pledge fealty to the notion of stopping the spread, the dissemination, the broadcast of pandemics. So we will sign on and we will adopt means of biometric tracing and the like, which will allow those good-hearted, well-intended individuals who merely want to make the world a better place, will allow them the ability to find out who's who and who's going where and for how long and with whom. And then later on, as you know, with sustainability and climate, we have to do something about climate. The climate change, think of you've seen the pictures of those little polar bears and those polar bear cubs huddling on an ice cube that used to be an iceberg. Oh my God, the rivers, even Neil deGrasse Tyson said that the water will come up to the elbow or something of the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty. Oh my God, the histrionics, the hysteria. Climate change, we have to do something. No matter what it is, no matter how much it hurts. And it may be relinquishing our fossil fuel cars to go electric. Yes, electric. Zero carbon output, which is kind of tough since we're organic organisms, but solar grids, turbines, geothermal, goodbye, that belching pollutant, horrible. We have to do it because of sustainability and the climate. And this is going to be tough to work into the equation, to work into the calculus, our appreciation for transgender citizens who want to merge into a society, to allow and encourage them to enjoy everything that is attainable and available and possible through an understanding of the international community, and therefore anybody who would impede or obscure or obstruct their ability to uh, interrupt freedom, those who have a penchant for getting in the way of people realizing who they are, we're going to put an end to that. And that's why we globally will ask for a communal application, a joint strike force, if you will, from World Economic Forum, from Klaus Schwab, from the World Health Organization, the CDC, all together in one kumbaya. And when will this happen? When will it happen? When will Agenda 2030 happen? What's the target date? 7 years from now. That's just one of many. Haven't mentioned GMOs to you. Haven't mentioned big agri. No, no, no. Biodiversity. Oh, no, 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 no. Those will be brought up again later. My friends, all of those people you used to laugh at, and some of them were funny. Some of them were funny. But the people that you laughed at then, the people that you thought, oh, they're just overreacting with this kind of nuttiness. It's, this just because we are waxing a tad Malthusian and Bentham-esque doesn't make us a bad people. Paul Ehrlich was right. I mean, let's face it. Nobody's talking about depopulation, but doing our best to limit this absolutely boundless. Well, I'll leave it at that. It's all in the name of sustainability, and in 7 years, it hits the fan. All right, dear friends. Have a great, a glorious, and a wonderfully beautiful day. Do not ever change. Do not ever think about changing. Please like our video, subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. So don't forget our sponsor, mypillow.com, mypillow.com/Lionel. Use the promo code Lionel and get a free gift. And until next time, my dear friends, I ask you yet again, politely and with the utmost respect, to comment as you see fit.